Because earlier this week, a host of Democratic politicians who are also military and intelligence veterans posted a video addressed to our armed forces that Trump is not happy about. Take a look at this.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military
And intelligence community professionals
Against American citizens.
like us. You all swore an oath.
To protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad, but from right here at home.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law.
or our Constitution.
Know that we have your back.
Because now, more than ever,
The American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws.
Our Constitution,
And who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
don't give up.
don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
So those are all people who served in the military or the intelligence community. Now, Trump's Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche, responded to the video on Hannity. Let's watch what the response was.
There is nothing illegal about what we are doing. There is nothing illegal about what President Trump is doing every single day. To the contrary, he's doing exactly what he said he would do when he won a year ago. And this is abhorrent conduct. I felt like I was watching a propaganda video by one of our enemies trying to recruit the military to become spies.
So yesterday, Trump posted on his little thing, what is it, Truth Social, that this is, quote, seditious behavior, punishable by death. Okay? Sedition means that you are rebelling against the government verbally. Not insurrection is when you do it violently and physically. It's different, okay? So he's accusing these people of sedition. He also reposted a user who wrote, "Hang them, George Washington would." This is Trump's response, okay?
It's been a minute since George Washington, so I think the country has evolved a little
Yeah.
bit. I find the contrast of rhetoric the problem here. When we talk about all the political violence over the past couple years, we've watched the attempts on the president's life while he was campaigning. We watched Charlie Kirk, Pelosi's husband. We've watched all these people, and over, we did have some people step out and say, we've got to bring it down. I would argue that's why Marjorie Taylor Greene has changed a little bit. She owned her part and said, we've got to do better. Here are a bunch of military veterans saying in measured tone, and specifically, you do not have to obey an illegal order, not any order you don't like or anything else. And the answer is sedition, hang them, punishable by death. There's a difference in tone there. We can agree to disagree on whether a video should be released or whether that's a bad idea. Jumping to death by hanging seems like a steep jump that we really need to bring the rhetoric to a point of disagreeing civilly, having a difference of opinions. We are not mortal enemies. This is ridiculous.
What do you think about the video? Do you think it should not have been released?
Well, I think we're living, so it's funny, at normal times, I would say I feel like that's a step out of bounds. I particularly love the actual politicians in this video. Alyssa Slotkin is someone I love. She's a centrist. She's a pragmatic, common sense person. Mark Kelly out of Arizona. So these aren't the extremes jumping out and saying, you know, the house is burning down. These are pretty moderate people who also are military vets. They know rank and order. They're the people we turn to. They're saying rank and order matters. We've lived it ourselves. But if, God forbid, something came down that was illegal and wrong, you don't have to obey that.
Well, when he threatens to, Trump threatens to deploy active duty military to quell protests, that is against the First Amendment. Protests are covered by the First Amendment.
Peaceful protesting.
Peaceful protesting.
Well,
that's one particular thing that they're talking about, for instance.
I have to say, I had no problem with this whatsoever. I actually liked it. I thought that it was important because there are some things, in my view, that are being done by the administration that are unconstitutional. I believe that. And traditionally, the U.S. military adheres to the Uniform Code of Military Justice, which does say that service members must obey lawful orders, whether they agree with them or not, but they are also obligated to not follow manifestly unlawful orders.
So there's nothing shocking in this
video.
video.
So there's nothing shocking in this video. And I think what this president doesn't seem to realize is that military members take an oath to the Constitution, not to the President of the United States. And so it's very clear. And I I really think it was important for these vets and intelligence officers to come out and give guidance to our military, because the commander-in-chief may not be the right person to be giving them
So
that
you're
type of
saying
guidance.
that the whole thing, I was just following orders, is
Yes.
not good enough?
No, it isn't.
It's not going to hold up in court.
In history, it hasn't been good.
That's
There's
right.
also two very important and very distinct conversations here, and oftentimes in the era of Donald Trump, he says something that is outrageous and inflammatory, like the language he used in these tweets, and it distracts from a very important conversation that should be had. I'll start with what Sarah said. To so many of my friends on the right who were rightfully angry after Charlie Kirk's assassination and talked about the need to take down the rhetoric, that matters just as much when it is the right that is ratcheting up the rhetoric. Nothing in this video should have been met with what the president put out and what he retweeted afterward. Full stop. And we all, I mean, I think of the Michael Jackson lyrics, but like, it starts with you. Like, look in the mirror, hold yourself responsible for the language you choose to use in a moment of political violence. This video, and actually I should mention Congresswoman Goodlander's, who's in this video, is my cousin by marriage, but I understand exactly what they're saying. She represents New Hampshire, and she's a Navy intelligence officer. This is talking about a number of different issues. Also, the Posse Comitatus Act, which basically says if U.S. troops are going to be used to carry out U.S. laws, it has to be authorized by Congress. But I've said it at this table, it's not the sexiest topic, but it's important. Congress is who authorizes the use of military force. For 30 years, that has been ceded to the presidency, and now a lot of folks are scared and worried because Donald Trump's talking about maybe invading Venezuela, maybe doing these unlawful military strikes in the Caribbean. But we all have a role in this. We needed to call it out, whether it was in the wars on terrorism, whether it was under Bush, Obama, Biden. We need to go back to where Congress, who represents us, is actually voting on who carries out military strikes.
But see, it's different now because the Supreme Court of the United States gave this president immunity. And that is why I think he's so out of control. It doesn't, but he seems to bend the Constitution to his will.
Well, we can't continue talking about this because we have time restrictions, but you people, you should be watching the news right now because this is very important stuff going on.